Yo, 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 what it is, what's going on? It's your boy LaRon here, back at it with another video. Today we're gonna be getting into a little compilation video, some videos I found online that were very concerning to me. If you've been on my channel before, you know how I do these compilation videos. I pretty much find some TikToks that are usually considered to be conspiracy theory videos, and I kind of just go through them, react. Some of them might be creepy, some of them might be just things that are just wild in today's society. But I don't want to talk too much. Let's just get straight to the video. But before we do that, make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment if you want to talk about some things, and let's get straight to it.
Fucked it all up on purpose. And y'all think I shouldn't say nothing? I'm not talking about it. Jay, you everything up for everybody except me. I'm the only one that I think is gonna realize their potential, and I'm gonna come back and help everyone he slighted. As soon as he became their friend, he could no longer, like I said, do you think evil is gonna celebrate good, logically? So the people that Jay is associated with, are they considered evil? Yes or no?
I don't know personally.
Wait. The NFL, Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly. These are all people that he does business with, correct? Target.
Yes, so Harvey Weinstein would be.
So let me ask you a question. So I'm gonna say it now. If you
sure.
can't give me a direct answer, then we can't talk. Because I'm giving you a direct answer. Is Jay affiliated with evil people?
I would say yes. Some of the
Wait. Do they celebrate him?
A lot of people celebrate. Yes, a lot.
Do the evil people celebrate Jay?
Yes.
Why would evil celebrate a good nigga? Now, does evil celebrate me? Who am I affiliated with that's considered evil? What rumors you got with me with that, other than him?
Okay, there's no rumors with you, for sure.
So good people usually celebrate me, right? Do bad people celebrate me? Does Steve Stout, is he known for being good?
I'm not familiar with a lot.
You know
I
what
only
he's
know a
known
little
for.
bit about Steve Stout.
He's not known for being good, allegedly.
All right, now this one is probably gonna hurt a lot of people out there because I know a lot of people are Jay-Z stans, but like it's crazy to me that Jay-Z had all these allegations against him, and people just like, I don't know. It's like as soon as he had all these allegations out against him, we never hear from Jay-Z. But as soon as he has all of these allegations out against him, you know, with the kid, the dude claiming that he was his dad, him being tied to Diddy and the Epstein files, and now it's like now all of a sudden he wants to come out and do a concert, and it's crazy that people in a certain community let things like this. It's like anytime there's entertainment tied to it, they just completely forget about everything because it's Jay-Z. They're so fanned out, they forget about everything that's been in the media about him, and it's like all he has to do is snap his fingers and do a concert in New York for 3 nights in a row, and everybody forgets all the allegations. But let that be somebody else that like that certain community dislikes, they would have been on their head top. And it's crazy that y'all continue to allow Jay-Z and Beyonce to get away with things because there's been so many allegations against them, bro. I'm not saying they're all true, but when you get to a point where you're getting that many allegations against you, something ain't right. And it's like I feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, there's rumors that they're witches and warlocks. I feel like he really got like certain people in a spell because it's like he can do no wrong. Whatever he does, y'all forget about it as soon as he drops an album or does a concert for 3 nights in New York, and y'all always fall for it. And I'm like, at a certain point, all the things that are against him and alleged against him, y'all, it's gonna come back. It's gonna catch up with him. It's like the people that are in the Epstein files. Y'all was outraged for like a week, but when y'all found out that it's certain people that y'all like, y'all forget about it. Like when if it's like with Trump. Let's use Trump for example. If something goes out against Trump, everybody's like hardcore on his head. But if it's your favorite singer or rapper or basketball player, y'all just kind of like, oh well, you just don't talk about it. So, like I said, if you're a Jay-Z fan and you still falling for him and his Beyonce tricks, more power to you. But at a certain point, y'all gotta wake up and realize that these celebrities got some other stuff going on behind closed doors. Like, for real, for real.
Dad, I know I promised you I'm gonna give you my first Grammy. I have to fight for this one.
She said you want to thank everybody for her first Grammy.
Anyway,
You notice how he had to make it about him. You see the thing about these type of things when they happen, we make it seem like they're jokes and it's all for giggles, but when in reality, homeboy was dead serious. Like, he just had to make the moment about himself. Just watch the video.
I'd like to thank Jay-Z for being a part of this record with me.
She like to thank Jigga Man for being the greatest in the world.
Tricky.
The video you just watched shows Rihanna when she won her first Grammy, but Jay-Z did something terrible that changed everything. You can see it happen several times. He cuts off her microphone. He speaks for her. He turns the moment into something about himself by joking in front of millions of viewers. At the time, everyone thought it was funny, but knowing what we know today, it doesn't seem funny anymore. Because Rihanna was barely 20 years old that night. It was her very first major moment, and Jay-Z, who had already signed her to his own label, grabs the microphone and speaks for her on one of the biggest stages.
And that's what narcissists do. They always have to make it about themselves. And it's crazy because the Jay-Z stands will never bring up stuff like this. They'll just say that it was like a joke and he was just playing or whatever. But like, why are you making the biggest moment of her life about you and how you helped her? If she wants to thank you, she'll thank you. She's trying to thank her father, not you.
In the world. That kind of behavior already shows who was in control between the two of them. And to understand how real that control was, you have to go back to her audition. Rihanna herself once talked about it like it was a joke. She said Jay-Z told her there were only two ways to leave that room: through the door with a signed contract or through the window. It's worth remembering that they were on the 29th floor the day she signed.
Tell me about your audition with Jay-Z. Tell me what he said to you.
A really good audition.
And what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. There are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
She laughs while telling the story, but look at her face at that exact moment. She's clearly uncomfortable, and saying something like that to an unknown teenage girl from Barbados isn't an ordinary joke in the business world. People don't realize it when they look at the Rihanna we know today, who has achieved everything, but from the very beginning, there was always someone speaking for her, and today, we know who that was.
You see what I'm saying? It's like people never talk about this. All of the people who was going crazy over him, over his 3-night tour and in New York for his anniversary tour, they never bring this stuff up. It's like they get amnesia when it comes to these things. And it's crazy to me that he's looked at as the best or the GOAT or whatever, the GOAT. But it's just like, this guy has done so much damage to so many artists and allegedly has so many people like, but yeah, people still like look at him in this high regard. Like, I look at Jay-Z as a snake, like straight up snake. And I feel like he got a lot of people in the industry scared and fooled. And a lot of his fans, they act like that like he doesn't do this stuff. Like we don't see this stuff happening. It's actually pretty crazy if you think about it. Like, homeboy act like he is like the Don of the hip hop industry, bro.
Jay-Z brought Pharrell Williams on stage last night, this morning, to perform the 2006 track Young Girl, where the two men who were in their mid-30s at the time of recording pine over a teenage lover and complain about her pesky parents. Just kidding, they did not perform that song. Obviously, they do not want you guys to know that song even exists, but I'm here to remind you, they performed some other shit. Pharrell, who is 53 years old, went on a bit of a rant talking about Pokey the Bear, mask off, we're gonna kill you niggas, I guess in response to Drake or the internet, I don't know, but someone brought up this conversation a couple videos ago in the comments about Arrested Development and the idea that maybe Jay-Z stuck in a like 20-year loop.
I know him to be, they poked the bear and then the bear cut his hair and now he got on his helmet. He got on his helmet and he getting ready to go to work.
See what I was just saying? The glazing never stops for Jay-Z. These dudes, it's like he has a spell on these people, or like they are terrified of this man. He's not that good, bro. I'm sorry. Nas has always been better than Jay-Z. Drake is better than Jay-Z. And they just treat this man like he's like Don Corleone or something, bro.
I hope you kill all the niggas.
These are dudes in their 50s. I think Pharrell's pushing 50. Jay-Z's pushing 60s. These are dudes and almost senior citizens talking like this.
And of course, I understand these are anniversary shows and they are dipped in nostalgia, but there is something here when you use your 2026 eyes, when you look at it all, the performances, the rants, the freestyle, even the lyrics, even the fashion, when you look at it all with like 2026 eyes and you sort of like take stock of like the current ages of who is on stage, it all feels a little bit cringe. Maybe even like aura loss, as you guys call it on here. We have Jay here in this like modified bulletproof vest, which looks more like the like lead vest they put on you when you're getting a dental x-ray. Even like this of like Beyonce cutting his hair in the stands.
So performative.
And like he's kind of just mugging and she's in the fucking hoodie.
I'm so
and
tired
it's, like,
of these
the only thing that
two.
would make that feel more cringe is if like Beyonce like snarled and had like a grill. Like it's like very, like not even 2016, it's like very 2012. And not in a good way. Because like maybe we're stuck here. We're stuck here. It's bad to me in the same way that like Kylie Jenner trying to like reheat King Kylie's nachos and that like pink wig and then like Dunkin' Donuts commercial. That same way where it's like, okay, like once or twice on Instagram is okay, but like these are not like historic moments. Like none of you guys have ever delivered a silver sequin glove like Michael Jackson has in your careers. No offense, but anyway, back to Pharrell again, who is 53 years old talking
53.
about Pharrell, you are 53. You are a multi-millionaire. You are not killing any. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. You guys are all criminals.
And look at his
But, like, on the
shirt.
conversation
His
of
shirt is
growth,
very
like,
telling too. Human made. Not God made. Human made. And it kind of looks like a little devil. Got some like devil thing going on. The shape of this. These people be telling you who they align with.
Arrested Development and like that time loop from 20 years ago when Jay-Z was in his 30s. Mind you, I don't wish Jay-Z in his 30s on anybody on earth right now. Remember, he was like, had the gun charge, beat it, stabs one in the stomach, beat it, was on record again, like singing about teenage girls. You guys don't seem to care about that. Was dating the teenager that he eventually married. He retired in 2003 with like a big blowout show at Madison Square Garden. And then of course, the next year, unretired just to work with R. Kelly yet again with a new album and to go on tour with it. I always remind you guys, and if Jay-Z hears this or his team hears it, and they, you know, want to do a little freestyle about, you know, my complaints about his economic behavior, they always miss a part of my videos where I remind you guys that Jay-Z multiple times partnered with the biggest child molester in the music industry multiple times. Like after a very famous video of him doing something to a 13-year-old girl was well known and out, that man still chose to partner with him. Never makes it into the freestyles though, does it? Also, when it comes to like R. Kelly, again, the only connecting thread between Jay and R. Kelly, who do not share a record label, is that man that died 2 weeks ago. Anyway, back to Pharrell and back to this idea of like poking the bear or like mask off. No one, I guess, besides Jay-Z is convinced that Jay-Z's wearing a mask. Like I don't know anybody who thinks that Jay-Z's this like God-fearing, like civic-minded global citizen. Great. I don't think besides Jay, right?
Yeah, it kills me that like people, especially in the hip hop community, the things that they get mad about. Like if other artists were doing the things that Jay-Z was accused of, or like had allegations against him about, these people would be dragging them through the mud. I'm not even the biggest Drake fan, but imagine if Drake had these allegations out 2 years ago when him and Kendrick was going at it. Could you imagine the blogs and like everybody going in on him? But since it's Jay-Z and he's the Don and everybody's scared of him, we act like none of this stuff happens. Like he didn't link up with R. Kelly. Like he doesn't have people saying that he's that they want a DNA test. Like he wasn't dating Aaliyah and that was inappropriate. Beyonce, he was dating her when she was super young. I don't know. The list goes on and on. It's just like it's like we just don't care because it's Jay-Z, and I just don't understand why people don't see it. It's like frustrating at a certain point that y'all don't see it.
Nigga, Jay-Z is the culture vulture of rap. He's the culture vulture y'all swear up and down Drake and all these other niggas that been all these years. This the same Jay-Z that was selling liquor to the black community from Duce to Cristal, being a poster boy for all these years. Then when they said they don't care about black people and Jay-Z buying their shit, he switched over to Ace of Spade and did the same thing. This the same Jay-Z who backdoored Colin Kaepernick and Jermaine Dupri for the NFL deal, used Travis Scott and motherfucking Maroon 5 as the leverage. Then when he got in the dough, we got to get past the kneel, and it worked at one point, but we got to let it go. And when Kaepernick and his wife checked that nigga, y'all told them to shut the fuck up and move on. This the same Jay-Z that got promoted as the president of Def Jam because he sold Dame Dash, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, and Suge Knight out when they tried to make the first union in the music business so artists can get more out of their contract, and he went in the back door and sold them niggas out. This the same nigga that ushered in the 360 deals so artists can keep getting robbed and use Death of Auto-Tune and killed T-Pain's career as the example for that shit. Because T-Pain was touching everything from album sales, singles, to shows, features. Nigga was getting credited just for using Auto-Tune and was doing award shows 2-3 years in the game. And Jay-Z stopped that shit. Then he want to be on stage talking about, oh, you niggas is some workers. Go holler at them white people and get your money back, even though you helped them white people take their money in the first place. And then let's get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. You at the Roots picnic. Did you and the Roots forget what a picnic was? A picnic is where a bunch of non-melanated people festive and kick it and hang out and then find a bunch of melanated and black motherfuckers to lynch off and kill. And y'all okay with this sellout ass shit? And then you on stage bragging about how you get under skin from when you stabbed up Un. And come to find out it wasn't even about Un leaking your music. It was about both of y'all trying to fuck on Charlie Baltimore, which was Biggie's girl up until he died. If Biggie is your rap partner and your man, why you trying to move in on this girl the minute he get killed off? And then you wearing Biggie Jesus piece every time you go record an album on some ritual shit trying to harness his energy, you fucking weirdo. Don't fuck with Jay-Z, man. Get that bitch ass nigga up out of here.
See, we need people like that in the industry who actually call the things out. There's so many stuff he said, I don't even know some of that stuff. But you'll never hear it. You'll never hear it through the hip-hop community. They just look at him like he's the GOAT. That's crazy. There they go, throwing up their salute. They gotta show who they're aligned with, the one-eyed God.
You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce have never been shy of representing the, and here they are, you know, initiating Blue into the, and I don't think that Blue is a real person. I think that Blue, and this is just my opinion, and this is just a theory, and this is alleged, and this is not fact whatsoever. This is just for fun, and this is just, it's a dream. It's a dream. It's all a dream and nothing is real. I honestly feel like Blue Ivy is an experiment, just like Paris Hilton's children, just like I believe Britney Spears' children were experiments,
just like her mom.
Just like I believe a lot of these kids in Hollywood are experiments. I think that they're created in a lab, and I think that they are made to be vessels so that the consciousness can transfer. Isn't this girl supposed to be like 12 to 14 years old? I don't know how old she is now, but she looks like Beyonce. She looks like Beyonce is in there. Like there is an adult in that body. She does not look like a regular teenager to me. She is always out with her parents, clearly joining the club, and they're just passing her around in this industry and making her do all these things, and she doesn't look like she's genuinely enjoying any of this. I think she genuinely just feels like she has to follow the family steps, the family legacy, because she's the oldest, and this is what they've, you know, made her to do. And then also Jay-Z had that ad with Beyonce with the hair, and they said that Blue Ivy was the one who inspired them to do that because she didn't understand why her hair was all crazy, and so Jay also had his hair crazy so that she could feel more included. It's like, okay, sure, put it all on Blue. Put everything that you're doing on Blue. Sure, put everything that you're doing on Blue. Exactly. Like, that's exactly what you're doing. You're putting everything, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, everything into Blue. Girl doesn't have her own opinions. She doesn't have her own life. She doesn't have her own friends.
Never even heard her
Again,
talk.
She's a teenager. You know, you are molded by your parents, but it's like, she's a teenager. She should be having a normal life, not be surrounded by paparazzi, not be doing this. She doesn't have a normal childhood, and I genuinely just don't believe that she's a real human. I believe she was created in a lab to be for the industry, just like I believe Britney Spears was created in a lab for the industry out of Marilyn Monroe's DNA, just like I believe a lot of these people in the industry have been created in a lab just to be a puppet in the industry and to keep this legacy going.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy if you think about it, especially like with them talking about this soul transferring.
Hey, is this guy somebody?
Yeah, that's James Woods. We got a celebrity here. I repeat, this is not a normal dead person. This is a celebrity.
Being a famous movie star entitled me to top-notch medical care not available to the rest of society. My body was immediately taken to a Hollywood hospital, where I was hooked up to a 17-year-old ingenue. And in accordance with Hollywood law, her life force was infused into me, bringing me back from the dead.
What happened to the girl?
I threw her out a car window at Nora Ephron.
How they can take somebody's soul and swap it into somebody else's. And then you think about when Beyonce was pregnant and they had the video of her sitting down on the couch and her stomach was like all to the side and stuff. Like, that's a pretty interesting theory to think about. Like, imagine if that's really Beyonce in there. They just made this girl up in a lab somewhere with their DNA. Boom, Beyonce's already getting older. And then we're going to put her, transfer her conscious into Blue's conscious, Blue Ivy's conscious. Man, that's kind of weird to think about. It's kind of creepy. But this is the type of stuff they do. These people have been around forever. Look up the fallen angels. Look up all of the stuff that these people have been doing in Hollywood for hundreds of years, maybe even longer. And you look at her, it's like, damn, she looked just like Beyonce, bro. And then you think about the Met Gala when Beyonce was wearing some type of weird garment. It was like Blue Ivy was the bride, and then Blue Ivy's outfit represented like a bride,
The dress Beyonce wore at the Met Gala hides something nobody was supposed to understand. In reality, the symbolism behind her dress was completely dark. At first, everyone thought Beyonce had taken inspiration from the Statue of Liberty, but people started researching it, and what they found had nothing to do with that. The dress was actually inspired by an artwork called The Visitor by Caroline Durieux, an artist from Louisiana. And that artwork literally shows a skeleton standing in front of someone's door. It dates back to 1944 and symbolizes death and an unwelcome presence. When you look again at Beyonce's dress with that context, it's clearly not a coincidence. Everything had been calculated, and what makes all of this even stranger is Blue Ivy's presence beside her. The Met Gala is an adults-only event, so normally Blue Ivy was not supposed to be there. Nobody expected to see her, and especially nobody expected to see how she was dressed. Her outfit looked like a wedding or ceremonial dress, as if Beyonce was visually passing something down to her in front of the entire world. Everything in that staging pointed toward Blue Ivy. Beyonce herself spent the entire night talking only about her daughter. Every answer she gave during interviews always came back to Blue, as if the purpose of her presence that night wasn't really about Beyonce, but about her daughter. But on top of that, Jay-Z was there too. It had been a very long time since they had appeared together at an event, as if he was preparing something. Jay-Z was wearing a classic tuxedo, very discreet. You could almost think he didn't want too much attention on himself, especially with all the criticism and attention surrounding him lately. The entire presentation of this family that night felt abnormal. And when you put everything together, the skeletal dress inspired by death, Blue Ivy dressed like she was attending a ceremony, and Beyonce speaking only about her daughter, it clearly suggests that Beyonce wants to pass the torch. She represents the end of one life, while her daughter represents the beginning of another. Something strange was hidden behind their appearance that night.
A rebirth or something, and then Beyonce's outfit represented death, like the death of something. So people saying that was her telling everybody that she's going into Blue. I don't know. This is some wild stuff to think about.
It's the consequences and a choice you're going to have to make in order to be wealthy, be rich, to be amongst the stars. You get that, right? And to be in the limelight and to walk the red carpet. You haven't told half the things not even a pinch, a notion of the things that you're going to have to do if you're willing to be in that limelight of stardom. I have no idea. Now, some of you guys think you know, and the sad part about it, a lot of you think that you can play the game so well that you can make the money. When they get ready to ask you to join and to accept these oaths, you're going to jump out. Listen, you're playing with the devil, man. Satan ain't going to have that. See, when you come into the devil's square, that's the masonry. That's why I call it the devil's square. When you get ready to cross over, you can't play with Satan like that, because he already knows. If you know who Satan is and you believe in him, you're not going to even knock on his door, because he knows that you know the consequences, that the Most High most likely ain't going to be with you, because you can't partake with both tables.
Yeah, it's crazy because people think that people really don't be believing in stuff, and they be thinking that we're just crazy and Jay-Z had a line where if you black and you get too rich, they start saying you an Illuminati. No, you guys are in the Illuminati. You guys are doing demonic stuff. You have to sell your soul to the devil in order to obtain these riches. We all know that the devil is the god of this world, but don't let that fool you. Yahweh runs everything. The devil is just the god of this world. And that's why if you want to be wealthy, famous, rich, all this stuff, you have to do these things. Like I said, with LeBron, you got to sacrifice. You got to do no telling. We probably don't even know half of the things that they do. I know we know a lot, but you have to sell out. It's all in symbolism. It's all in everything. They tell us what they're aligned with. Hove throwing up this represents the one-eyed God, which is Baal, which is basically Satan. Like all of these false gods that they look up to and sacrifice to, it's all in scripture. Sacrificing their kids and all this other stuff. This is the stuff you have to get down with. Having sex with the same sex. Giving up all your morals, degrading yourself, all for fame. And it's like, I feel like some people get in and then they realize what they're in and they want to get out, but I don't think they can. They're taking oaths and blood sacrifices and sacrificing their parents and their brothers, their sisters, their cousins, their kids, their family, all for fame. That's just what it is. So I say, people who want to be in these things, you got to think twice. Like, do you really want to be in the industry? It's right here. I'm going to take the music off, but like, these concerts, bro, so demonic. You got me even second guessing if I even want to go to this J. Cole concert that I got tickets to. Like, I might have to resell them just because I feel like concerts are now just like, I feel like a big ritual. Like, we got people, they're just showing you. They show you blatantly. The serpent, she's riding on a serpent. The serpent we know is the devil. You got, I don't know what book that is with holes in it. I hope it's not the Bible. I don't think it is. You got this girl on a clock. And then you got Lil Uzi looking demonic as usual. It's just like, at this point, going to these concerts is like just going to worship these people. And I don't feel like, I don't know. I can't worship these people. I didn't see too much.
The NBA is the most scripted, satanic shit there is. Of course, the guy that competed against LeBron James and was friends with LeBron James in high school just signed him to the 76ers. Of course that happened. LeBron wore 23 with the Cavaliers, 6 with the Heat, and wore 23 with the Lakers and 23 with the 76ers. That equals 76. And then the next report is that he's going to plan to live in New York City and use a helicopter to get from New York City to Philadelphia because it's only a 45-minute helicopter ride. After he broke the scoring record, or Kobe's scoring record in Philadelphia the night before Kobe passed. And the guy that he's known basically all his life is the one that signs him to come play for the 76ers. This is the most scripted shit I've ever seen. I do think they are the front runners to win the title. I think that is the gnarliest starting five I've seen, and it's very well balanced. But yeah.
I'm telling you, like I said earlier, bro, this stuff they have it down pat. I don't know how they do it, but these numbers be adding up so too perfectly to be a coincidence. I'm gonna call it now. If the Philadelphia 76ers win the championship this year, I'm gonna go out on a limb. If they win back to back, which is probably very highly unlikely, I'm gonna pull this video back up in 2 years if they win back to back, and that would let us know that these people are just completely playing in our face. Even if they don't win back to back, the fact that he just named everything, lined it up, numbers, people have been researching this stuff. It's right there in our face, and people still continue to support these leagues. I can't even take the NFL, NBA serious no more. I just seen way too many videos and stuff about how they just align these numbers up. They already know who's going to win, and then you think about with DraftKings being out and all these, gambling websites. Y'all literally just sending money for nothing. They already know who's going to win. It's like when you bet money on a player to go over a certain amount of points, but then when he's about to get to that certain amount of point, they take him out so that he can't get those points. And y'all still keep gambling. Y'all still keep thinking it's real. Oh, you think that they're really going to be playing if this fake and it's scripted? Yes, because they're getting paid millions of dollars. Of course, if they paid you $1 million to go out there and be an actor, you wouldn't do it. Most people would. It's not that hard. But y'all just don't want to let go. Y'all don't want to let go of these people.
LeBron going to Philadelphia is the final stage in the death ritual that was Kobe Bryant's death. So on the day before Kobe died, when LeBron broke Kobe's scoring record, he wrote Mamba for Life on his shoes. As you can see, Mamba for Life. As we can see here, LeBron signed with Philadelphia, the city where Kobe Bryant was born. LeBron will be taking a helicopter to commute to Philly from New York. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. LeBron broke Kobe Bryant's scoring record in Philly the night before Kobe died. LeBron then signs a 2-year, $8 million contract. One of Kobe's numbers was, of course, 8. This is LeBron's 24th year in the NBA, and Kobe also wore the number 24. Kobe was born on August 23rd, 1978. LeBron was born on December 30th, 1984. That is exactly 76 months apart.
That won't give me chills.
This is just the final stage in the ritual of what it was.
It still be rituals, bro. It'd be right there. There's no way, bro. There's no way. That's not a coincidence. Where is it at? Kobe Bryant birthday, August 23rd, 1978. LeBron James, December 30th, 1984. 76 months. I would like to see somebody argue against that. That's crazy. And he's going to the 76ers where Kobe Bryant is from. He's going to take a helicopter. I wouldn't be surprised if, I ain't going to even say that. I don't even want to put that out in the universe. But the thing about this, like the thing when you play with the devil, you're not going to win. There's no way to win. So like people thinking that they're going to be able to get over, you're going to be the one that loses at the end of it all. I would love to see somebody argue against this math, bro. Like, it's so blatant. It's crazy, bro. It's right there.
Selective outrage. Selective outrage. It's like
singled out as Jay-Z.
Every major artist has the same vinyl exclusive.
Exclusive because they changed the color or whatever.
It's just a different color. And I saw it on J. Cole, The Fall Off.
J. Cole's The Fall Off.
Like J. Cole. Saw it on Kendrick GNX.
Kendrick Lamar.
And why all of a sudden this is an issue because it's Jay-Z shit.
I don't see nobody complaining about Target for no other reasons until Jay-Z does something.
Every grown-ass man you just saw on the video beforehand is competing in the Jay-Z competition for the Olympic medal. This is why it's very important to support your independent journalists. We don't get those briefing packets that we have to say whatever the fuck they tell us to say. Opinions are not something that should be bought, nor should they be used to try to sway the public when they're not honest. What the fuck did they think this is, The Truman Show? Charlamagne's bald ass has been talking about Jay-Z for weeks, but he hasn't talked about that victim that he assaulted. If you spent as much time minding your own business as you did shoe shining your head, then your career would not be in the gutter. I think it's crazy how Jay-Z's career has been dwindling to the point of falling off, but now all of a sudden all these networks have something positive to say. And you know it's malarkey that they're trying to defend him because the nigga is wrong. Jay-Z knows his community don't fuck with Target and they're boycotting him, yet when the money got low, he went to sell his funky ass record there. That is a prime definition of selling out. It's really crazy because you don't know what media you can trust anymore. I don't know though, cousins. Comment and let me know what you think. If you like to show some love and support, or if you like to stay updated on.
And it's crazy too because it's kind of like the news. They all get the same script. It's like Jay-Z and Rock Nation sends his little minions all the same script to say the same talking points. And it's like, everybody was doing a boycott against Target, and then here he comes and does his record exclusively at Target. When I said that I mean, the black community was doing a boycott. And where does he go to do it? Target. He continually, whatever the word is, does these things on purpose. He knows what he's doing. And people still support him, but then they'll get mad when it's like he said, selective outrage. Charlamagne said it, but he's like, I don't know what he meant by that, because you do it. Anytime Jay-Z can never do any wrong, but if it's an artist you don't like, if Drake would have did it, it would have been a problem. And it's like, y'all make it too obvious that y'all are being paid by him. And I think Joe Budden is another one that gets paid by him. Joe Budden never has nothing bad to say. If you don't never have nothing bad to say about an artist, you're getting paid by him, especially
Death
Jay-Z.
doesn't scare me, but you know what does? The music industry. So this creator, Epic Paranormal, just made a video about how he went to a Lana Del Rey concert and the vibes were really off. It wasn't only like the spooky vibe going on stage, but the fans in the crowd were doing really abnormal things.
Rituals.
Like there was this one fan that was like screaming. Like there was this one fan that was like screaming.
Dang, I didn't even realize that.
Like there was this one fan that was like screaming the entire concert, begging Lana Del Rey to unalive him. Like it was not normal crowd fan behavior. He said he kept trying to take pictures and every time he did, his phone would distort the faces. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, 'cause those aren't
and then
people.
how do you tell me that this is Lana Del Rey? Like that does not look like, that looks like a demon.
That's the thing too, like I don't even want to go to the J. Cole concert. I feel like concerts is energy harvesting, bro. Ever since that Travis Scott concert, I have not been able to look at concerts the same.
These kids thought they were going to a concert.
Yeah,
they were going to a convocation. This is a great picture. How many portals do you actually see there? So immediately you see his mouth, but look at World.
Yeah, it's got a portal in it.
Yep.
And the name of it is the Astro. And that astral projection, astral planes, astral highways.
The whole theme of this festival was a portal into hell.
Yeah.
And so you would enter through his mouth on the backside.
So they walk through this, and then that's on the other side of it.
Yeah, now inside the mouth, when you walk through, there was imagery of descending stairs going into hell. And so there were flames.
Leading them into...
There are flames inside. Even the stage itself is a portal.
It's a portal.
It's a gateway into hell itself.
And one guy that was interviewed that got hurt or was just interviewed for this documentary said as soon as the music started, and we all felt our bodies move forward. So it was like there was a literal pulling from the portal on stage through the visuals and through the sound. It literally grabbed the people, this demonic spirit that reached its hands out of this portal and yanked them towards the portal to bring them in. And that caused a trampling and 10 people to be killed and hundreds to be injured.
This force began to summon the whole crowd and pull them towards that portal that opened up on the stage. I don't know if we have a picture of it. Inside that portal is an inverted cross.
It is.
On the ground.
Wow.
And so we go into this concert and 10 souls are handed over to
so
the
the
devil.
people that got trampled, weren't just unfortunately killed in a trampling accident. They were sacrificed.
This was an altar.
The blood.
Yeah, this was an altar.
No.
And it's just like, bro, look at that. That's not AI, bro. They doing something. And I feel like when you go there and you're like, oh, you're fanning out, you're like, to me, it's like you're glorifying demons. And we all know that everybody in Hollywood on some weird stuff, even the ones that we think is innocent. J. Cole, too. And when you go there and it may not look as demonic, but you're still giving your energy, you know? And I don't know, bro. I just don't trust concerts no more. I feel like Travis Scott was the first one, or at least that I seen. I know they've been doing this for years, but the Travis Scott one, when they had like videos of demons jumping in the crowd and people screaming, look like hell. It's a no for me. I don't care about these artists that much, you know. I had my experience with concerts when I was younger. I'm a little older now. I feel like I don't really need to go to pay money to just see an artist no more. Especially when y'all doing stuff like this in 2026. No, sir.
Looks like a man in a mask and like a coat and like, ugh. And to give you a reference on why this is so weird, she was dressed like this.
I don't even want to look at
And
that.
it's not like one photo or one person, it was everyone. This girl upped the contrast of the photo, and you would think that it would make her look more like Lana Del Rey, but she looks less. She looks more like a demon or a man in a mask. Now you could argue he is a paranormal content creator. Is this just content he's trying to make? Who knows? But yeah, people are terrified. What do you think? You follow my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for more. It really helps when you interact.
I think that these artists are demonic. That's what I think. I don't know about this one.
People have been saying that there's something off about Kai Cenat for a very long time, pretty much since he started getting into the fashion industry. In that last clip, we see Kai Cenat dancing alone in a pitch black room, and many people, including fans of his, found that part of his Streamer University stream to be extremely eerie. Totally not connected or anything, but I happened to find this painting online recently and found it to be quite interesting. Hello? Went ahead and screenshotted this pic behind me from that video that you watched in the beginning. I want you to look deeply into Kai Cenat's eyes and remind you again that he is doing this in a completely pitch black room. Does nobody else find that to be eerie and creepy at least a little bit? Of
Yeah.
course, people online are saying
For
he's
sure.
just dancing to a song. It's really not that deep. Or is it? Mind you, this is the same Kai Cenat who said he would never cut his dreads, and then he did just that. This is also a Kai Cenat for a long time on his way to the top of streaming, who was proclaiming God and very open about who he was serving. Entertainment purposes only, it seems like on the way to the top there has been a shift in that mentality. But what do you think? Comment below, let me know your thoughts. Am I on to something, or am I tripping this time?
A lot of people are saying that Kai is cloned. I haven't watched any of his new stuff. I've been seeing clips, and from the Kai that I remember from 2 years ago, I mean, I don't know him personally, but there has definitely been a shift in his personality and just the way he does things. A lot of people say after he cut his hair, it was over, because he also said that if he ever cut his hair, it ain't him. But that's, I don't know. That's crazy. But him dancing in a pitch black room, like he got puppet strings on him like a demon, is very, very, very telling and very weird. I don't know. I feel like Kai never used to do weird stuff like this, but I don't know. It's been a lot of weird things going on with Kai. You know, when he linked up with Jaden Smith, and he was in that red room, and Jaden was screaming, and then I don't know, bro. It just doesn't seem like him anymore. But oh, and then Rakai, when he sent Rakai that message saying that they had him somewhere, he was headed to Antarctica. It's just like a lot of weird things going on with Kai. And I'm like, you know, it's crazy that all this started happening once he cut his hair and he stopped streaming for a little bit. then all the weird stuff came. Because he's always been like, you know, very different in his own unique self, but like there has definitely been a shift, and I feel like people do change, but not that quick and not that drastically. It usually takes like years for people to change, and it's just like we could definitely very, very well be looking at a clone and not even know it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all want to argue about it, talk about it in the comments. Let me know down below what you think, what's going on. Let me get your mind, your thoughts, your opinions on things. You know, I love this type of stuff. Make sure you smash that like button. Share this with somebody who's a conspiracy theorist. At this point, if you still calling people conspiracy theorists, you might be the crazy one, because if you can't see this stuff, you just don't want to. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.